Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It's Sunday, June 2nd. Welcome. I hope y'all had a great couple of weeks. I had every intention of recording last week, but the 3-day weekend threw me all out of whack. I didn't know what day it was the whole weekend, it seems like. So Dax got back from hanging out with Abigail for the week, so that was awesome. I think they had a really good time. Right before Easter, my mom had her gallbladder removed, and one of the things Dax and Abigail did was go to the Science Museum in Houston. And in the gift shop, Abigail found little stuffed animals. In the stuffed animal section, they actually had a gallbladder. So she bought my mom a gallbladder and took it to her. My whole family's messed up, y'all. Anyway, so my mom may have had her gallbladder removed, but it has been replaced. Let's see. Like I said, I think they had a good time. I'm glad to have Dax back home. I don't like it when he's gone, even when he spends the night at the office. But, I mean, we'll all survive, but I really like having him around, so who else am I going to pick on, right? Let's see. He did spend the night at the office on Wednesday. Thursday morning I was up getting dressed, and I was actually curling my hair. And I was on the last little bit of hair over here curling, and all of a sudden sparks fly out of my curling iron, and it's like zzz, and all the lights in the bathroom go out. It's like, great. It has one of those, I think they call it the GFI, the grounding plugs in there, and I tried to reset it and it wouldn't reset. Well, nothing worked, so I tried a bunch of things, wound up making myself late for getting to the office, of course. But I told Dax, okay, we're going to have to go buy a new plug. I think that, I said, I'm not getting any resistance, it won't reset, so we got to go get another one. Yeah, those plugs are like $20. I'm cheap. So I said, you know, there's one of those in the front room at the bar. I said, but it's not at all close to the sink. I don't know why it's there. At the sink at the bar, there's no electricity near it. I said, let's just get a regular plug and put in there, and we'll move that one into the bathroom. So that's what we did. And Thursday we got home, and he was working out. And so I said, while you're working out, I'm just going to go ahead and change this. And I went outside and turned off the breaker that was on. Turned off the breaker that was on. And I was almost done getting the new plug on, and shocked the crap out of myself because it was obviously not that breaker. So I went out there and turned off everything. And got that one on, took the one I took off, went into our bathroom, got it put on, got it pushed back into the wall. And these are like heavy gauge wires, so it's really hard. They're hard to bend, hard to work with. When you pull them out, it's hard to get them pushed back into the outlet cubby thing. But I get it pushed back in there, and I'm putting the plate cover on, and I'm like, it's upside down. So I had to take it all back off and flip it. And then while I'm trying to do that, I hear the smoke alarm start to go off. It's like, seriously? So Dax quit working out, and he fixed the smoke alarm. It's just the battery going dead. And I said, you know, it makes sense. We just renewed our homeowner's insurance, and that's usually when we change the battery at the same time. We got on that schedule because one of the companies we used to be with, when they would send the policy, they sent a battery for your smoke detector too. But, so he fixed that. I got the plug back on. I went outside, and I'm flipping all the breakers. all, because I turned, like I said, I turned off everything that was small that I knew wasn't like the AC and stuff like that. And I'm turning them all back on, and I'm like, there's a breaker box in the garage. I never went and checked that. So I went and checked the breaker box in the garage, and of course there was a breaker that was tripped. Right beside it says master bathroom. I probably didn't need to do any of that stuff. I probably just needed to go flip that breaker. But hey, we got a new plug-in, so yeah, crazy. Your Gita Magic Pond Crafts suggested that my house needs to be blessed, that she thinks that I might be cursed. I completely agree. I think it's a brilliant idea, and I'm looking into getting that done, because wouldn't it be nice not to deal with this something like all the time? So that's been the excitement in our world, I guess. I can't think of anything right off the bat that's happened, because there's so much. And no, I am not going to try to see if the curling iron works again. I felt fortunate that my hair didn't catch on fire or anything, so I'll take what I can get. I did stitch. I mean, it's been 2 weeks. I should have gotten something done, right? I worked a little bit on this, the boo that I'm just doing like that. This was a Mania piece, and it had been horrible, and I had restarted it. This go round, I finished the bee off and started on one of the little pumpkins. I think I've been working on this for years. I'm not even sure how many, but I would like for it to be done. That would be really nice. I worked on this one. I don't know if these are like where it came up again, where I spun the little wheel, or if these are still from Mania, but I think they came up again. This little, it's a birth announcement, and I'm not going to do that. I think on my last video I had said that I was going to try to move this flower over here, but I think I might just do the bunny and the bird, because quite frankly that is what I liked about it anyway. I have lots of time to decide, because I'm never going to finish this bunny's giant freaking face. Seriously. I think in Stitch Mania I had made it to the top of the eyes, so I just put in a little bit more, but oh my gosh. This bunny and the never-ending face, it's killing me, I know that much. I know this one came up. I worked on this one during Mania and didn't make all that much progress because I spent so much time digging through the thread, trying to find the right colors. This is Friendship Quilts by Paula Vaughn. This is a Mania piece from forever ago. It's probably 2016, maybe 2017, but it has pathetically little done. This time I got in this down here. One of the reasons it takes me so long is because, like I said before, I'm easily distracted. I get bored pretty quickly and move on to something else. This one, though, is on something really small. It might be 18 count, but it might be smaller than that. I don't know. I'm trying to put these back in the bag because I'm just throwing them on the floor. I know, that's not good. I worked on this stocking. It is a Dimensions kit, and we've discussed numerous times now how much I love a Dimensions kit, or how much I don't. But, I mean, they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. They look beautiful. I'm a lazy stitcher. But this time, I finished filling in this, and I have gotten a start here on the snowman. Finally, something besides the border. So, that will be more fun to watch it come together. And this is one of those projects like all dimensions are, where you have to step away from it and look at it because it doesn't look near as nice up close as it does. You can see so much more of the shading and everything when you step away. And speaking of dimensions, I did work on Wyatt's stocking. All the time, under every circumstance, I must have something that is the bane of my existence. This seems to be that for me at the moment. I just dropped the needle. I don't actually know where this was last time. I have done a lot of stitching on this. I had a little, the top part of the stocking, or it's Santa's bag, sorry. The top part of Santa's bag stitched in here. I'm off somewhere, so I have done a lot of ripping that out. I managed to cut part of my fabric while doing that. I actually was working on that this morning, the ripping out part. I decided to get really smart and highlight my pattern because I was having so much trouble figuring out where I was. And so I've had to rip out everything that I just highlighted. So now I really don't know where I am. Oh well. Eventually I'll get there. After I finished ripping it out and I saw that I had torn the Ada, I was like, okay, I need to put this down and move on for a little bit before I get frustrated and make it worse. I'm trying to learn those times when that happens. I worked on Christmas Gentleman some more. I would really love to get this one finished this year. I don't always feel like that's even possible. I mostly finished. This stuff wasn't completely outlined through here, so I got that done. I think I came across with some of the other colors in here. And you can't tell much right here. I've started filling in, Santa's holding a toy right there. It's like a doll. So I've started doing that, but without back stitching. It's not going to show up any good at all. But it would be nice to get that done. It is on my 20 things that I would like to finish this year list. It might even be on my Stitch 9 list. Yeah, it's even on my Farm Girl 9 list. It made both lists. So looky there. I worked for just a little bit on this. Maybe 30 minutes, I don't know. And I'll show it to you. Not that you can actually tell on these what's been stitched and what hasn't. Mostly what I have stitched so far is all here. I really thought this one would be good to work on like sitting in bed at night, but these colors, a lot of them are too close to each other and the lighting in there is not good enough for me to be able to tell. So that didn't really work out that way. I think mostly what I worked on was there was some empty stuff in here, just little squares here and there that were hadn't been filled in yet. So I did some of getting that filled in. This is another one I'd really like to get done, but we'll see. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. I worked on my Solitude. I am, you probably can't tell much at all. I think mostly I worked in some of the colors in this square. I'm trying to get 2 of them done a month. And so I started over here and basically I worked whatever colored that. I just pulled off one strand of floss and worked it down through here. I'm actually really close to getting, if I chose my colors right, I could really get 2 squares done quickly. But for whatever reason, I've decided that, well, this one's on this row, and it's the farthest over here, so it needs to be filled in first, which makes absolutely 0 sense, but I've stopped trying to make sense of my thought process. So there is that. Sorry about that. Wyatt needed money. So anyway, I think I was saying that I'm really going to try to up my goal next year and get 2 pages done. Probably one that's an actual full page, and then another one that's like that one, where it's just a partial page. Like, I think I'm going to try to go across and down at the same time. We'll see how that works. Yeah, I don't know. So, anyway, trying to get 2 squares a month done on that. And since I've gotten into a better groove on it, it hasn't been a problem. I'm ahead of schedule. So, fingers crossed it stays that way. This one has kind of been my focus. I draw basically for each day what I'm going to work on. I have it written down on a calendar. But outside of that, I kind of try to focus on something. This has been what I've been focusing on. I would really like to get it finished. And it's really getting close. It is. I've gotten a whole lot of the snowman done. He's down to here. He's got a few more rows to go. I'll have the 2 birds to put in. This is a little heart. It's still missing one of the colors. And then his gloves, his mittens, come in here. And I've got some stitching to put in right here, some white. But then the 2 little birds, I'm not going to cross stitch the heart. I'm going to put a heart button. And then it has white snowflakes cross stitched, and the white on white is hard enough to see. I'm not doing the snowflakes. I have some snowflake buttons that I'll sew on there. I'm hoping that that dimension will help them show up a little bit more. But I'm getting pretty close. I really, really want to get this one finished. Now, one of the reasons that I have been able to focus on that one, like if I'm going to stitch at night, that's what it's going to be. Most of my stitching I do in the morning. So if it's going to be at night, that's what I work on. And I can do that because this one, the one that I love more than life itself, I am done. It is done. That is all. The only thing I have left to do is I'm going to sew a little pom-pom ball on for his little bunny tail. I thought I had one, but it's way too big. So it's a giant bunny tail. I've got to buy some smaller ones, and then that's it. I'm not doing anything else on this one. So, like I've said before, there is nothing at all in the world wrong with this pattern. Everything at all is wrong with the person stitching it. Instead of stitching like where this is tied on, I just used some slip knots, and I ran long stitches across and another slip knot on this side to make it look more like it was tied on. It's the back stitching right here. I went over top of this so that it's kind of holding it in place. But this is it. I had to change colors because I did a crappy choice of fabric. I left stuff out because I used a crappy choice of fabric. And I'm just over it. Here, that really is a P. I know it looks kind of like SRRING, but anyway, I'm done and I'm thrilled. Let's see, for my new start last week, I think I had already showed you the new start from the week before. Oh yeah, because that was part of my, there was a new start in Mania in that week. The 19th, I actually had a new start. And then last week, I grabbed this one. I didn't go to my big bin that has kitted projects because I have a little box with little tiny ones. And this is one that I bought a bag for $1 at a garage sale that had a whole bunch of little kits like this. None of them are fancy or beautiful or anything like that. And they've been in the little kits for a long time, so like where the needle was run through the fabric, it's rusted on there, but it's okay because I started it and I finished it. There you can see the spots. I tried to position it to get as little as possible of the needle marks so you can see where they were. But my intention is to finish this one really close to this. So I'm hoping that the ones that are still there won't show up because I want the stitching to be really close to the edge. I don't want a big gap. Now, somewhere around here, I am certain that I have a mini charm pack of fabric and that it's got some chickens in it, but I can't find it. So I decided, that's all my stitching. That's everything I stitched. For this, I decided, you know what? I've got to get cat food. So I'm going to go do it at Walmart, which I never go to Walmart in San Marcos because it's a nightmare to get to. I usually go to Target because it's like, I don't know, 2 miles from the office. But I decided I'll go to Walmart where I can look at the fabric. And I did. And I walked in the door and they had a big thing of clearance sitting right there by the front door. They knew I was coming. I'm certain of it. And so I'm like, clearance? So I bought some fabric. $3. This is a full yard. $3 on clearance. I got baby blue, slight pink, red. I don't think this one was on clearance, but it was only like $4. Let's see, this one, it's like black and gray with a deep red in it. $3. Buffalo check, $3. This one, how cute is that? These are all Waverly fabrics too. $3. I think the red check and then this one were the only ones that I bought that were not on clearance. And I think this one might have been $5. This one's not a Waverly fabric, it's American Greetings. Anyway, how cute is that? You see it's got little houses. So it might have been $5. I don't know. But did you notice what all of those fabrics had in common? You want to see again? Did you guess? That's 7 yards of fabric. I went and bought 7 yards of fabric. Do you see what they all have in common? And I already told you they weren't all on clearance. What they all have in common is there isn't a chicken on a damn one of them. Not one of these has a chicken. So yeah, there you go. What I want really is to take this and make it a small square and put a little fabric with the chicken on it over here and then some coordinating So it's like a 4 square. We'll see. We'll see if I can find chicken fabric, because I may run out of money buying other fabric before I get there. It's a sickness, guy. It is a sickness. I really haven't bought anything. I got some stuff off of Listia, and really I've put it away because there was some floss, and it was just kind of like a grab bag of things. So, but if you'll remember, I was complaining about a pattern that during Stitch Mania, I only put about 4 or 5 stitches into it because the pattern was so hard to see, and that I needed to take it and make it bigger on the copier to see if I could see it. Well, in this grab bag, I had no idea, but God answers your prayers. I got this. Yes, this little magnifying thing was in there, so I'm going to see if I can see the pattern better with that. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. So that's awesome. I have been a little bit busy out here doing stuff. I finished off some of my things. I went ahead and FFO'd. I know this says spring, and I could technically put it out right now, but it's like 100 degrees here. So it really, as far as I'm concerned, we're already into summer. But this is just some fabrics that I had in it was like an Easter charm pack or whatever. But so I did that one. This one, I don't feel like it's finished, but I don't know what else I want on it. I may put some tassels here at the corners, but I haven't decided yet really what I wanted. And then I took my little bunny. I'm sorry if you can hear that. It's not Armageddon. They're working on a car out there. If they really push on the gas, it sounds like Armageddon. But anyway, I used this fabric. It's some that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. And it may have been fabric that was on clearance. I don't know. It may have just been on sale. And then, so I sewed it together, and I was like, it's still kind of missing. So I just had this little short strip of fabric. I had bought a while back on clearance these things, this packages at Hobby Lobby that were all different kinds of stuff, and they were wrapped and tied so that they were kind of like a tassel, except for I untied them and used all of the different things, and this is one of the strips of fabric that was in there. So really it was only about this long. I just folded in both sides and pressed it like you would with bias tape and stitched it on there, but I like the way it looks with this. And this fabric, this is the fabric that I used when I was cutting it. Look at that selvage. I mean, seriously, how cute is that selvage? All those little bunnies lined up and slowly turning different colors. So now I have to figure out something to use the selvage on. And then I pulled this one out of my box. Again, I know it says spring. I probably won't put it out. These other two I stuffed really full. They're really stiff. This one I let be a little bit looser. I picked this fabric for the back. It's got little flowers on it. It's kind of a pinkish color with a darker, and it's not really a pink, it's kind of an orangey pink, which I thought went really well with this right here. So, and this one again, I haven't decided if it's finished or not. I don't know. We'll see. It's not like, you know, if I put it away I can't change it or anything. So I got those done, which makes me kind of happy. When I was in Target, I saw these table runners. When I was in Target. When am I not in Target? I mean, seriously. These were in the dollar spot. It was $3. But if you take it and cut it in half, which is what I will do at some point. Look, it'll make a really cute project bag. No, I wouldn't do it that big, but, you know, just so you get the idea. So, I grabbed one of those, and I'll eventually do that. What else? I got this cute little chicken pin cushion off of Listia. See her little bead eye and her little nose. She's pretty cute. I love the little fabric. And it's cut, it's hard to tell, but it's kind of fringed down there too. So I got her. She's pretty cute. And I haven't bought anything still. I bought a little bit of floss because for whatever reason on the Paula Vaughn on the porch one, I've been trying to put stuff on the bobbins and put them into the box so that I don't have to dig around. And this one caught my eye. These are all DMC colors. I have no idea why I put that on there because 801 is dark brown. I don't know many colors, but I know 801 is not pink. So, generally I don't drink while I'm stitching or doing that kind of stuff, but sometimes I feel like maybe I'd do a better job if I was drinking. For May, because I'm not officially participating in Stitch from Stash. I'm not officially participating in anything. I have my Farm Girl 9 pieces written on a piece of paper, but I didn't officially do anything because it seems that when I make it official, then I don't want to do it. So I'm kind of trying to participate in some of this stuff without actually participating. But so Stitch from Stash, I'm not officially participating, but I did set a budget of $10 a month, and I am tracking what I buy and when I finish something, where that puts me. Let me see, getting the wee spring and then that little chicken done, that gives me 16 finishes so far this year. The little chicken I finished this morning, so by the end of March, I was at 15 things I had finished. That is unheard of for me. I think I say this every video. Who am I? I mean, do you see how clean that is still? Who am I? I don't know. Anyway, because I have not bought much stuff at all and I've been finishing things, my Stitch from Stash budget, if I was doing it and participating officially, I would have trouble staying in the black. That's just how it goes. But because I'm not, I ended May $151.28 positive. That is just nuts. That is insane. Now if I could just tell Dax, hey, give me $151, because I've earned it, right? He never even pays attention to anything that I buy, so it doesn't matter, because he knows I'm cheap. But that's insane. That is absolutely insane. Again, who am I? So I think that's it. I think that's everything. I am hoping to continue pushing through on this one. I would really like to get it finished this month. I'd really like to get it finished right now, but you know, I have to do stupid stuff like laundry and cleaning, although I did most of my house cleaning yesterday morning, so really I only have to do the everyday stuff. So, which with 4 dogs and 8 cats and 100 degrees outside, I could probably sweep up hair every 30 minutes. It's driving me nuts. They are shedding like crazy. I can't stand it. I am going to try to at least get back up to even on Wyatt's stocking. I may need to do have a blessing ceremony for it to see if we can't get past our issues. What else? What else? I think that's it. I think that's it. Don't have any big plans for the weeks coming up. We are hoping to take a family vacation in, like, at the end of July. We're guessing that it's probably the last one where it will be us and all 4 kids. We're hoping all 4 kids can be a part of it. And our destination this year is going to be Hawaii. I believe, I don't remember if Hawaii is Abigail's pick or Kirsten's pick, but I know one of them chose Hawaii. So we're hoping to do that this year. If you know stuff I should go do while we're there, I'm thinking probably Oahu is where we will be. If you know stuff we should go do, let me know. I've only gotten so far as looking at a calendar and looking up airfare, which by the time it's for 6 people made me want to puke. But that's what we set the money aside for, right? If you've set it aside for something, you should spend it on that something. So anyway, we'll see. Addison and her boyfriend were in Tennessee, and they had a good time and got back safely. She has learned that she's not going to push to drive from the middle of Texas to Tennessee ever again. That she'll pony up for plane fare. Because they pushed and did it all in one day, and it's about a 13 or 14 hour drive without stops. So they did it in one day going and in one day coming back. She also stayed, they did an Airbnb thing, and it was in a condo, but they did not realize until they got there that they had just rented 1 bedroom in the condo, and there were other people renting the other bedrooms, and stuff like that that I think she wasn't thrilled with. Like, there was no toilet paper in the whole place, so her and her boyfriend went and bought toilet paper for everybody, I guess. I don't know, but it's part of growing up, right? Lessons learned. You've got to get out there and experience to actually learn some of it. So it's all good. All right, that is it. I am not going to say that I will be back next week because we never know. And we've seen that seems to be the kiss of death for me. I appreciate you stopping by, sticking with me. Welcome if you're new. There have been more new subscribers. I love it. I hope you'll stick around. Thank you for the comments. I do appreciate and read them. I've tried to be better about responding too. So anyway, y'all have a great week, maybe 2, and I will see you here next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.